I really liked every summer after. And I always love when there's sibling dynamic. Just right in time for the season to end. Queen of thrills and chills. The most brilliant idea. I guessed it. I was wrong twice. Happy summerween. What did I just read? Welcome back. If this is your first time stumbling on one of my videos, we're gonna get outside and we're gonna get some steps in before it gets too hot outside. My watch says it's currently 78 degrees and I think that me and Finley can use some fresh air. Alright, I had the loveliest walk. Finley had a great time too. She's now pooped. I got in about 2,000, maybe a little over 2,000 steps. I did a 30-minute walk. It was the perfect time because when I was getting back home, the heat was coming. And I feel like we actually caught like the end of a really nice breezy morning. It has been so long since I've done a reading vlog on the main channel. I've been doing them over on my Patreon every month, but I haven't read with you guys here in a while, so I'm very excited. I apologize that the lighting in here is nothing short of atrocious, honestly. At some point I will figure out how to navigate that, but we are where we are right now. My home is like a little cottage and finding natural light is damn near impossible, but I digress. I cannot go into the books that I'm going to be reading without sharing with you guys the last two books that I've read and how they were both actually 5-star reads. So first I read Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune, and you guys know that I am not a friends to lovers person. It is literally one of my least favorite tropes next to second chances. I have really yet to read a friends to lovers that I've enjoyed. Even when I read People We Meet on Vacation, I loved and adored the movie, but even when I read the book, I was bored for most of the book until like really the very end. So I was quite literally shocked at how much I loved this book. I went into it with just the expectations that it was going to be cute, it was probably going to have a great ending, but it wasn't going to be my favorite Carly Fortune. And I just have to say that her writing has just, it literally gets better and better with every book. And I think this is her best work. It was so beautifully written. The friendship was so beautiful. The nods to Little Women had such an emotional impact. The characters were so lovable. And the storyline kept you so engaged the entire time. You just did not want to put it down. Something that I really like about Carly Fortune is that her books, and I've said this in the past, her books are about 30-something-year-olds. And I think that that's why ultimately I really enjoy her writing, and probably why this Friends to Lovers really hit for me. I feel like her stories are very realistic. This side is going to seem much more red, by the way, right now because I still have a red cheek from going on my walk. But her stories to me are just realistic. The mistakes that the characters make are realistic. The growth that they have is just so realistic. And it's actually Carly Fortune Day today. Her show comes out today and I'm so excited to come home tonight and cozy up and watch it. I really liked Every Summer After, and most people did not like the mistakes that the characters made and how, you know, how to be forgiving about certain stuff. But for me, I was like, I get it. because I've lived some lives. So I feel like that's like the beauty in Carly Fortune, which is very, very similar to me to Abby Jimenez. So that was the first 5-star book. And then I read The Butcher. Oh my gosh, you guys. Talk about one of the best thrillers that I have read ever. I was on the edge of my seat. I could not put it down. And when I had to put it down to go to work, it was all that I could think about. In that book, you're following the perspective of a serial killer, but also other people who everybody's story is somehow intertwined. And it is so messed up and so dark. So be sure to read your trigger warnings. But I feel like it was also done in good taste for the topics. I mean, like, you're talking about a serial killer, for goodness sake. But she wrote the gruesome scenes in a way that you didn't have to read every single detail, and I just very much appreciated that. The story was such a gripping page turner. If you love thrillers, I cannot recommend that one enough. And now for the books that we're going to be reading in this vlog. We are starting off with The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I am already on chapter 9, so I've already begun, and I will tell you a little bit about my first impressions. And then from there, we're going to go into Remarkably Bright Creatures. I have really been wanting to watch the movie, and I'm so behind on reading the book. I hear such good things about it. And right now I'm really enjoying jumping from like a thriller to a fantasy to a romance to a lit fic or to something really emotional. Like, I'm just enjoying that roller coaster. I've been like super mood ready, sticking to my TBR for the most part, but also allowing for some surprises. And then we might jump into another thriller. I also want to watch His and Hers, and I have not read it. And I love Alice Feeney so much. I just finished her latest release, My Husband's Wife, the other day, and that was so good. I rated that one 4.5 stars. We read it for my Patreon book club, and I feel like everyone that read it enjoyed it. She's just the queen of twists. I enjoy her books so much. So maybe we'll go into His and Hers. And then we have the two that are like the talk of the town right now, Yesteryear and Into the Blue. And so maybe we'll go into one of those or both of those, depending on how fast I'm reading. Right now I'm devouring a book every 2 days, which is crazy. I don't expect to keep that pace. One way that I do help to keep my pace with reading is audiobooks. I've gotten a lot of questions about that. Like, what are you listening to when you're reading? And I am almost always listening to the audiobook and doing an immersive read. As somebody with a full-time career, it just is very helpful to have that option. And I'm a busybody too. I work from home, and so when I'm home, I like to be, you know, staying on top of the house and moving about and, you know, going for a walk like I did this morning. And I use all those opportunities when I have my hands busy to be listening to my book. So that really does help. I don't know what we're gonna do with this crazy hair today. I can't be bothered to like actually do a blowout right now. And I did not treat my curls yesterday, which typically I need to the day after wash. So they're falling kind of funny in the front. So let's see what we can put together. Look at my crazy hair. Also, can we just like bring back messy buns? Can we bring those back? Sometimes I miss like the 2010s life, like before social media was out of hand and, you know, aesthetic and everything was out of hand, and everyone just like didn't care, you know, like I was like the last generation of people that just did not care about things. And sometimes I really miss that. I think I still embody that though. Like, y'all know I will get on here looking however the heck I want to look. I think that will do. I'm loving that the 90s are coming back. Let's go make a banana matcha, get cozy, and read. All right, I'm on chapter 12, about 25% of the way through, and out the gate from the prologue, I was hooked. I was like, okay, this is a great way to start a book. I love when there's a really good prologue that just has something gripping and you immediately are like, okay, I have to go into this. I really also enjoy, this is so random, but like if this is a series that I end up loving with all of my heart and soul, I feel like this is like the perfect series to get a tattoo for because there is such gorgeous artwork at the beginning of every chapter. It's also floral and whimsy, and I just love it. If you are like me and one of the last people on earth to pick this book up or have never heard of this series, this is a YA fantasy series that follows Jude. She is a mortal who is stolen when she is young and taken into the fairy world, and she pretty much forgets her life previously and wants to become a knight in the fairy world, but the fairy world hates mortals, and so it's a very, very difficult task for her, and right now she is really just trying to do whatever it takes to earn herself a spot on the high court so she can just be respected in the fairy world and not really have to look over her shoulder every second, because she's constantly having to protect herself with like the most random things, like wearing a certain something or holding on to a certain something in order for her to not be impacted by fairy enchantments or fairy control. And so right now she has just sparked a deal with a very important person, and I'm curious where this is going to go. She also has a twin sister who was taken as well, and an older sister, and the dynamic between the siblings is a little bit complicated. And I always love when there's sibling dynamics because I'm one of 5, and so it's always interesting to see the sibling relationships. My cheeks are so pink because it is so hot outside, and I got so overheated in the restaurant we were eating in. But anyway, I have a few unexpected things here. I came here for Harvest Season by Bryn Weaver, one of my most anticipated reads of the year. Very, very, very excited for this. I know there was another big release today, but I haven't read the first one of it yet. It's a fantasy series. Oh my gosh, I cannot think right now. Metal Slinger. I do want to read that, but this was the other big release for me today. I'm so excited. Then I saw my girl Laura Stevens had a new release, and if you have not read Our Infinite Fates, run. It is one of the best YA fantasies I've ever read, and it's a standalone. And she came out with Every Exquisite Thing. This sounds so good. An artist will paint your portrait and it grants you immortal beauty. What in the Dorian Gray? And then this one was in my Amazon cart, but we have a membership here, so I got a discount and it was only a couple dollars more than Amazon, so I'm gonna support Barnes & Noble when I can. Phoebe Behrman's Gonna Lose It. If you've not heard of this one sounds so fun. Basically, this is about a 30-year-old virgin. Need I say more? This is just gonna be a funny, good time. It's short. I love the pink book. When there's a pink book, I'm gonna grab it if it sounds remotely interesting to me. So that's the haul. It is time to go home and start every year after. I cannot wait. I think I'm gonna get some ice cream. I don't know if I'll be doing any more reading today, but I will check in with you when I do. had the nicest morning out. We got up, went to La La Land. I am literally obsessed with their matcha right now, and Andrew's obsessed with their banana latte. So good. And then we immediately went to that historical library that I have been dying to go to. I got to check that off my spring bucket list right in time for the season to end. And oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Everyone says it gives Pride and Prejudice, and let me tell you, it gives just that. Just gorgeous grounds. Really beautiful. We were gonna sit and read, but there was a lot going on. There's a lot of families. It's Saturday, a lot of kids, so we didn't. We just kind of walked around, took in the vibe, and then left to have some sushi lunch, and it was 10 out of 10. So good. I tried caviar for the first time. So good. I also tried fish eggs for the first time. So good. Andrew's like, this is the best sushi I've had since I lived in Vegas. I was like, yeah, I can tell. This is the best sushi I've had since I lived in Hawaii. So we had a really lovely morning. Now it is time to finish The Cruel Prince. I'm 75% of the way through. I'm gonna be completely honest. You guys know I'm very easy to please. I'm a bit bored. I don't know what that is. Like the first chapter, the prologue, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in. But I'm bored. I'm bored, and I hear a lot of people say they DNF the series. I had started the series a couple years ago, read like 20 pages, put it down, and I thought, oh, maybe it's just not the right time, but I'm pretty bored still. It's just starting to pick up, and to me, if like a book takes, especially a fantasy, if it's gonna take 70% to like really start to get your attention, I don't know. So we'll see. I will continue the trilogy. I have the books. I'm just curious to see kind of what the buzz is. One of my besties, Lydia, says that she absolutely loves this series, and I'm like, okay, I trust you. I'm just gonna push through. And literally every time I share on social media that I'm reading it, everyone's like, oh my gosh, The Cruel Prince, the book. And I'm like, okay, what? Like I thought it was gonna give me Powerless vibes. I'm not getting it. But I'm gonna push through. But that's the update on The Cruel Prince. We will sit and finish it. You guys can get my last reactions and everything. Maybe it'll leave me like, oh my gosh, flabbergasted. I'm gonna shower and get cozy though. And then I think we're gonna go on to a thriller next. I think we're gonna do His and Hers by Alice Feeney, because we're gonna redo my office together. We went ahead and moved all the white bookshelves that were in the living room into my office because we were redoing the living room. That's for a separate vlog, so stay tuned. So we have some organization to do, bookshelf organization and just general office organization. And we're gonna do that while I listen to the book. And a thriller is just gonna be the perfect, like you guys can get my reactions. Thrillers are also great audiobooks. So I feel like it's the perfect book for like busy hand activities. So I'm very excited for that, but let's get cozy. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Finally, something to grab onto. On page 307. By the way, there are 370. So, do with that what you will. But it's about to get very good. I finished. And I did not love this as much as I thought that I was going to. And for somebody who's like very easy to please, I'm sad to say that. I don't know if I've just been reading really amazing fantasies right now. Like I'm in the middle of the Heavenly Bodies series. I'm in the middle of Shields of Sparrow series. What else? I feel like I'm in the middle of one more fantasy series. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the wrong time. I am excited to see where it goes. It did have a very good ending. There were some unexpected twists. But I didn't feel very connected to the female main character. And I didn't really feel like the tension, that kind of enemies to lovers that I think they're gonna do situation. I don't know. I really actually don't know too much about this series. I try and like not get any spoilers, but that's what I think that they're setting up. I have to say, like, I'm not getting that connection between them. I'm like, ooh, they like loathe each other, or I don't know. And then there was like a moment between them and I was like, getting a little bit, you know, earlier you guys saw my reactions, but then like I also kind of felt like that was fast. I don't know. So I'm like back and forth. I'm glad that I, you know, read it. There's somebody commented on the video like, oh my gosh, I DNF'd that. Like I just couldn't read it. And I'm like, I can understand why you probably did. But like I said, I'm going to continue. It's a trilogy, and then there's like a graphic novel situation that I have as well. I kind of wish that I read this when I was just starting out reading this was one of the first fantasies that I read. I'm kind of wishing that. But nonetheless, I did enjoy the ending. I did overall enjoy it. I'm going to give this 3 stars. And we're going to move on to the next book. So I have His and Hers already. And I've been really wanting to read The Lamb. My cat is all over me right now. She knocked the camera. So I have His and Hers ready on my Kindle. But I've also been really wanting to read The Lamb. I was going to buy the book and then I thought, you know what? Let me just see if it's available on Libby. And it's available on Libby with no hold. I got the e-copy and I got the audiobook. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I don't know. We might like double down on a couple of thrillers. The Lamb is like about a daughter and mother who are cannibals essentially, and like it's supposed to be like the cannibalism is supposed to be like a metaphor for like love, I guess. I don't know. It sounds very good. I hear good things. I saw it in the bookstore and I was like, this is just something that I want to read. And I actually don't know anything about His and Hers. And I'm okay with that. With Alice Feeney, I'm okay knowing nothing. But we will start His and Hers, and then I'll be so excited to finally watch the show. Angie's been wanting to watch it and I'm like, no, let me read it. I'm probably going to start now, all snuggled up, and then tell you guys my thoughts in the morning. Good morning. I have literally just started His and Hers. Chapter 1. I'm already hooked. Alice Feeney has me in a chokehold right now. I was just telling Andrew, I'm like, last month, like, I feel like spring was my fantasy era, and I feel like summer is my thriller era. Like, I'm just having a little summerween right now. We have had a very slow morning. Both of us woke up at like 4:45 in the morning, and then we couldn't go to sleep, so we went to the living room and watched The Emperor's New Groove, and then went back to the bed at 7. Went back to bed till 10. Do you guys ever do that? Because that's what happened. I'm about to do my Rhode eye masks, put these on, and then do a little Rhode caffeine mask. And Andrew's actually gonna help me in the office, sweet angel, because I was like, I don't want to do this by myself. It's too much. Like, I don't know about you guys, but doing shelves is exhausting. I'm obsessed with these. I'm sad I only have one more. I'm gonna have to restock ASAP. The Rhode caffeine mask is also a 10 out of 10. I'm convinced Hailey Bieber can do no wrong with her skincare. Literally goes on clear, so light. I'm gonna let this sit for 15, finish my skincare, and we're gonna go into the office. I've been slowly giving little corners of our home a refresh lately, and I really wanted my bookshelves to feel lighter, cleaner, and a little more intentional. I love cozy spaces, but lately I've been gravitating toward more of that clean, simple aesthetic, and these spaces fit the vibe perfectly. Before I start moving things around, I love collecting inspiration and visualizing how I want a space to feel, and that's where DecoVlog has been really helpful. I can organize ideas and get a better sense of the overall look I'm going for, which makes decorating feel a lot less overwhelming. I knew I wanted something that felt bright and peaceful while still keeping all of my favorite books close by. Adding simple touches like flowers and neutral decor pieces can completely change the feel of a space without having to do anything dramatic. I love how this little refresh came together, and it makes this corner feel even cozier for reading and filming. If you enjoy decorating and creating beautiful spaces too, I'll have these pieces linked below for you, as well as a discount code from DecoVlog. And thank you so much to DecoVlog for partnering with me on this portion of today's video. Okay, I absolutely love the way the office turned out. I'm so tired. I'm like, oh no. Obviously we were up at the butt crack of dawn watching The Emperor's New Groove and having full-on deep conversations about comedians. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm literally gonna sit on the couch and not move for the rest of the evening. I didn't get any reading done because Andrew was in there with me, so I think I've listened to like 7%. And we were talking and kind of working through everything. He's an angel, thank God he helped me. Honestly, doing the bookshelves, I told him, even though I enjoy doing it, it has always been a very overstimulating activity for me. Always. So I'm so glad I had his help. He made banana cream cold foam this morning, so I've just made a banana matcha. I have it like wrapped up in a napkin because I don't want to spill it anywhere. But I love the way the shelves turned out. I changed my TBR cart to just being completely like decor based and not actually a TBR cart per se anymore. Moved my record player onto my pink shelves where my Sunny Angels are, which allowed like a nice place for my records. And then I have a corner where I can actually just roll up and put my walking pad there when I'm not using it. My desk is completely cleaned off. Like it's just, I wanted complete clean girl minimal aesthetic. Obviously I still have my Harvest Sunny Angel hippers on the computer, but that is literally just about it. And then we kind of moved all of my workout stuff into the other corner by the closet, and I love it. I'm very happy with it. I avoided working in my office for the last week to 2 weeks because it just felt so chaotic in there. I still need to tackle the closet, which is an actual wreck, but we're gonna do that another time. I think I'm gonna take the week off from doing anything else in the house because the next vlog you guys will see everything else that we've done in the house. So it has been fun. It has been a lot, but I'm ready to lounge and drink up my matcha. I cannot tell you guys how good a banana matcha is. Oh my gosh. I might take a nap. I don't know. I also might finish the last 2 episodes of every year after. We're just gonna be cozy. What the hell? This is what Alice does. This is what she does. This is what she does. Queen of thrills and chills. Okay, I'm on page 70. The thing with Alice Feeney, if you've not read anything by Alice Feeney, is that you get so much of the inner dialogue of the characters. Like every character in her book, you're gonna get like everybody's inner dialogue. And everybody is like nobody's a good person. Like everybody's inner thoughts is like very self-loathing, like full of self-hatred, and it's very interesting. But you, like none of the characters are like ever seemingly good people. And so that's what keeps you so engaged. You're just like, what is going on? So right now we're getting like a play-by-play, like it'll be like Tuesday, 10 a.m., Tuesday, 9 a.m. or whatever from everybody's perspective. And you're definitely seeing that there's relationships that exist that are not being said or that are being hidden. It's very interesting. I don't want to tell you too much. Like when it comes to Alice Feeney books, like honestly, anything more than what's like on the back of the book, I think is just going to give it away. But I don't even know what is on the back of this book. Let me see if I can look up the description actually. All right. When a woman is murdered in Blacktown, a quintessential small town, reporter Anna Andrews is reluctant to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. Someone isn't telling the truth, and some secrets are worth killing to keep. That is all. And right now, like, because I've read a couple of books by her, I'm like, you know, starting, or at least I feel like I have a little bit of an idea of how she writes her stories or what might be going on. Yeah, like I think I have an idea, but I'm almost certain I'm somehow going to be wrong, or even if I'm right, I'm going to be partially right. Because another thing that she does is throws not one twist at you, but at least 2, sometimes 3. So we will see. That is the 23% update on page 101, and I got the most brilliant idea. I'm going to watch episodes 1 and 2. So I looked it up online, and basically every episode is about 50 pages because it's a 300-page book. It's a 6-episode show. We're going to do the thing. So we're going to watch, Andrew and I are going to watch the first 2 episodes tonight, and I'm going to pause reading here. I will definitely probably finish reading it tomorrow. So I don't know if ideally I would get probably to page 200. We'd watch 2 more episodes, etc. Maybe I'll do it that way. But for the sake of the vlog, I don't know. I need to keep on reading at a little bit of a faster pace. But I'm very excited. I do know that the show takes place here in the United States, in Georgia, and the book is obviously takes place in the UK. So there's going to be some differences. I see mixed reviews online. but I like to figure things out for myself. I've got a pecan paleta in hand. I'm ready. I only watched episode 1. We're only going to watch episode 1 because actually I feel like that's where I left off on the book, and I'm afraid for anything else to happen. Now Andrew's obviously not reading the book. He should, but he's not. So, well, he wanted to read it, but there was no way I was going to be patient enough. But anyways, I guess like I have what I think. He's like, okay, so what do you think now? And his guess, which I will not tell you guys, is the most Alice Feeney guess ever. I'm like, why do you think that? Like, why do you think that? That's such a good guess. Like, if you have read her latest release, My Husband's Wife, basically he guessed the ending to that, which is crazy to me. And there's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, how did you get that from episode 1? I'm going to shower, get in some PJs, and read some more, I think, because what the hell? It's 9 o'clock. I guessed it. At least I guessed this part, which is shocking. You're gonna hear Andrew cooking in the background. The way that this has had so many twists and so many turns and so many additional people, and I have thought that I have figured, I'm like, okay, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be this, and it just keeps twisting and twisting. Ugh, I love it. It's so, it's just delicious thriller-ness. It's so good. But this, I guessed, which is shocking. I'm turning into a thriller girly who can figure it out, maybe. But I don't really love figuring it all out. So I know she's gonna throw some other twists, but this, I knew it. I still have so many questions. 93%, and here comes the second twist, right at the very end. She got me. She did it. Again. I was wrong. I was wrong twice. Okay, I just finished. She got me. Oh my gosh, her books are so good. If you just want to read a good thriller, just pick up any of her books. But this was good. She got me. At first, the beginning, like the first half of the book, I was like, I think I know who did it. Then the second half of the book, I was like, okay, I think I know who did it. Then she throws something at you, 85% in, then 95% in. You're just like, oh, Miss Feeney, you devil, you. Very, very good. I told Andrew, I was like, I'm literally going to finish it while you're in the shower, so when you come out, we can just binge it for the rest of the night. We probably won't finish it tonight because we have only watched 1 episode. We have 5 episodes to go, but we're definitely going to finish it tomorrow. So I'll update you guys on just kind of my thoughts on the show without giving any spoilers and how it relates to the book. But I'm going to simmer on this and we will start our next book tomorrow. Right now I'm leaning towards a 4.5, and it's not because it's not honestly just an incredibly good thriller. It's just because I didn't get that 5-star feeling, but we'll see. We'll see how it sits. All right, we are sat and we are starting the next and final book in this vlog, and we're pivoting a little bit. Happy summerween. We're gonna keep on going with the thrillers, and we're gonna read The Lamb. I don't know what I'm about to go on. I'm loving that I'm vibing on thrillers right now because it's just perfect for summerween. Typically I'm all into romances, but I just want to read all the thrillers right now. So if you're reading any thrillers or if you have any thriller recs, let me know. Let me read you the first line of the book. And the AC is on, so I do apologize because it's loud. On my 4th birthday, I plucked 6 severed fingers from the shower drain. Let me remind you guys that I do not read horror, and I'm a little bit scared. But let's do this. I'm still excited, but also scared, but excited. I can't get over that first line. All right, let's go. This is fucking crazy. I have never read anything like this. Ever. All right, let me give you guys a little update. I am on page 108, so 33% in. And honestly, it's like unputdownable. Like, it's just the most binge-worthy book. I am starting to get tired now, so I might put it down here soon. How do I even describe this book? Like, I don't know how to describe this book. Like, I wouldn't even say, like, it's scary. It's not scary. It's a little bit, like, I wouldn't even say it's morbid. It's almost just twisted and sad, really. It's just sad. It's so matter of fact that it's like, you're just like flabbergasted in a sense, but the writing is so well done that it's not making you feel sick. I don't know how to describe that. Like, the topic is cannibalism, but she's writing in a way that is bingeable and that is, you know, you're not just like sick the entire time. I really do not know if that makes any sense or how else to describe this, but this is a really good quote that I'll read to you guys. If you do not want to hear the quote, skip ahead 10 seconds. Now, the absence of love had spoiled something in their souls and mine. Our love was rotten, but still looking for the burning it craved, for anything to revive the embers that had gone out long ago. This is making me feel like this ending, like, that the ending of this book is going to be incredibly sad. I don't know where this is going. Like, there isn't something in the book that you're like working towards at all. You're just kind of following this little girl's life and her day by day. She goes to school and there's very like modern components. Like, the way that it's written in the story made me feel like maybe this took place 100, 200 years ago, and they were like living in this cottage in the forest, and you know, they were like living by candlelight and living in a small town where everyone knew each other, sort of thing. That's not what's happening. It's modern day and people have cell phones, and she goes to a regular school and like the normal world is happening around her, but in her home, everything is not modern. Everything is just run down. Her life is sad. Yeah, like her relationship with her mother is no relationship at all. Like, it's definitely more, the themes are more about love, like layers of love, the absence of love. Yeah, it's not feeling very like horror to me. It's just like anything, like unlike anything I've ever read. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's all I've got for now. That is my update. I'm gonna read until my eyes start to close and pick it back up tomorrow. I'm literally afraid at how this is going to end. I have 8% left. Now it is very morbid. What the fuck? I could not have seen this coming. Like, actually. Wild. Absolutely wild. I mean, wild. Almost like I need to like look at some like interpretations. I need to like do a deep dive into some of the meaning behind this story, because what did I just read? I can tell you nothing because it will give it away, but it's just so, it's sad, it's morbid, it's just brutal. It's just brutal. Yeah, and the ending was, I kept hoping for something else. I kept hoping that it was going to turn, that it was going to be happy in some way, and it's not. It was a very interesting read. I can see why it's grouped with horror, because I mean, it's definitely just gory and morbid, but what a read. I don't even know what the heck I'm gonna rate this, to be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna have to sit on this for a few days. The beginning, I was very invested, and then like the middle, like the first 100 pages, I was like, let's go. In the middle, I was kind of like, okay, where are we going? And it just felt a little like repetitive in a way. And then the last like 100 pages, I'm just like, okay, something bad's gonna happen. I can feel it, and I'm hoping for a different outcome, but it's just sad. So anyway, that concludes our reading vlog. That concludes our little summerween marathon. I hope you guys had fun reading with me. I had fun reading with you. It's been a while. Let me know if you want me to bring some of these back, maybe seasonally or something. But let me know what you're reading in the comments below. Let me know if you have any summerween recs, and I will see you in the next cozy vlog. Bye.